Using the VLOOKUP function. Excel has many lookup functions to populate a value with data that matches criteria from another table. You can use the VLOOKUP function to search the first column of a range of cells and then return a value from any cell on the same row of data, or the vertical row, VLOOKUP. Let's get started. In this lesson, we have customers by city that we want to fill in the appropriate sales tax percentage and find the food beverage tax to add on. Starting in cell C2, we want to fill in the sales tax for the city of Kent. Click down on the second worksheet tab where we have a table of the sales tax data for all cities. First, we create a named range of this entire table to reference in our formulas. Select the range by clicking A2 and holding down the mouse button while we scroll down to the bottom of the range. Once we have the whole range selected, you go up to the top where it says A2. You'll notice when you put the mouse over it, it gives the tooltip of name box. This is where we can manage named ranges. So if we click on it, we can rename this to sales tax and hit enter. Excel will now remember that entire range by the name sales tax. Very handy. No need to keep typing the same cell references. We go back to the tab with our table and our cell C2, and up on the ribbon, click on the Formulas tab and find the lookup and reference functions. Click that button and select the VLOOKUP function in the drop-down. A wizard opens with the different arguments to help us build the function. The first, lookup value. We want to match the value that is in the cell B2. Clicking on B2 fills in the function wizard and also displays the content on the right. Hit tab or select the next argument, table array, which is the table of sales tax. And remember, we just made that name range. Type in sales tax, and as soon as I finish, see how Excel identifies that the table must be real and returns actual column headers on the right. Hit tab for the next argument is column index number, or the column in the sales table. We can use the minimize button or just click below on the tab to find the table again. And we look, and combined sales tax is in column F, or counting over from the left, it's column number 6. So now we go back, click on our wizard, and in column indexed number, puts in the tab, but we type over that, we just want the number 6. You type in 6, and hit tab to go to the last argument, range lookup, which is optional, and you see it will do a closest match to the first column if it's blank or you type in true, or an exact match. So let's type in false because we want the exact match, and you see that it already calculates the result on the wizard screen. Let's click OK, and it puts the sales tax percentage in our cell. I copy this down for all cities using the fill handle, and you'll see that it has different values for each of the cities. Let's do a check to see. The percentage for Kent is 9.5%, and here Black Diamond is 8.6%. We can do a double check that the data is matching. On the other tab, if you look at Black Diamond, it does equal 8.6%, and for Kent, scrolling down a little more, it says 9.5%. If we go back to our table, we will try another use of adding on an additional tax for food and beverage, but it only applies to some cities. We use the same VLOOKUP and add the value from another VLOOKUP if it's applicable. Typing in D2 this time, type in equal VLOOKUP and hit tab, and again we'll retype our value B2, comma, sales tax, comma, 6 was our column, comma, false, and then the end parentheses. Now we're going to add on. Don't hit enter yet, but we hit plus sign and type VLOOKUP again. Hit tab. And our lookup value for the addition will be the same. So type in B2, comma. Now type in sales tax, which is the same range, and comma. Now this time column index number for food and beverage, I happen to remember it was the column to the right of the previous one. So that would be column 7. Type in 7, comma, and again type in false for exact match. We type the end parentheses and then hit enter. And you'll notice that it adds in the food and beverage tax. And for Kent, there must have been an additional 0.005 because we now show 0.10. If we check that on the other table, we would see that it is working exactly. You have now mastered the VLOOKUP function in Excel, which is very useful in matching data from another table.